Gloucestershire eased to a 7-wicket win over strugglers Middlesex in Bristol as their very good T20 form continued. Jack Taylor inserted after winning the toss, and it took only 4 deliveries for that decision to be backed up as David Payne found the inside edge of Stevie Eskenazi's bat, James Bracey doing the rest. After 3 overs, Middlesex had slipped to 20 for 2, Joe Cracknell clipping Danny Lamb leg side straight to Ollie Price, who didn't have to move. Taylor mixed up his attack in the power play on a pitch which proved so difficult for the batsmen on Friday, but Max Holden and Peter Milan made it look a better one this time as they carried the total to 45 for 2 at the end of the power play. Price has been a revelation with the ball, and he struck this time with his very first delivery, Milan gifting him another success this season as he found Grant Rulofsson on the boundary's edge. Zafar then bowled the returning Ryan Higgins by rushing one through to leave Middlesex on 52 for 4 in the 8th over. Josh De Caires and Holden were then watchful with just the occasional boundary, seeing the visitors get to 69 for 4 at the halfway stage of their innings. Almost every time Middlesex went over the top with aggression, they found a fielder. Price again with the catch off Tom Smith this time, removing Holden for 34. 11 overs gone and the total was at 76 for 5. Jack Davies and De Caires then carrying their team to 3 figures in the 15th over. Boundaries still at a premium and most coming with quirky shots. Again, an attempt to go high didn't work out. De Caires this time taking the deep to fall for 18. Price now with 9 wickets in this season's blast. 5 overs to go and Middlesex were on 108 for 6. And then a moment of history. A brilliant bit of fielding from Smith leading to the run out of Luke Holman. Umpire Sue Redford raised her finger, the first time in Blast history that a female umpire had given an out decision. Gloucester should have known that, although they were on top, they still needed to keep things tight for the final 4 overs. Payne did just that, as Tom Helm was another to be held in the deep. Middlesex were in danger of being bowled out for the second successive match. This was just their second 6 of the innings, a fact which told us about their form this season, and also that this used pitch was again not ideal for big hitting. The innings concluded with a run out of Blake Cullen by Miles Hammond, Middlesex ending on 139 for 9. Davies the only man who found batting fairly comfortable with an unbeaten 46. Recent history told us that a target of 140 was not going to be a walk in the park, especially if Gloucestershire lost early wickets. Hammond opened in place of the injured Rulofsson, and he started brightly with a couple of gorgeous cover drives, traditional cricket shots the order of the day. Ben Charlesworth produced a stunning shot to muscle Helm over the rope, 23 runs on the board after 3 overs. But the opener was then stumped by a distance off De Caires, Charlesworth out for a dozen. Hammond batted well inside the power play, picking off a boundary here and there, an ideal knock which had his team on 43 for 1 at the end of 6 overs. Price was finding his feet by this stage. These 2 batsmen enjoyed themselves under the clear blue skies of Bristol. Gloucestershire are a team whose confidence has grown as they have found some form in this format, and that confidence was in evidence here. Price and his partner batting well within themselves, but timing their run chase perfectly. The total on 73 for 1 after 10 overs, 67 more needed from 60 balls. Hammond would have been disappointed when a leading edge of Holman saw him out for 34, with the total on 84 in over number 12. Zafar was in at 4 and he wasted no time at all in getting after the bowler, the second ball he faced being sent into the distance. The 100 was reached after 14 overs and Price continued his excellent innings, always keeping his side ahead of where they needed to be. The batsman on to 39, his best score in this format. 5 overs left and just 27 runs were required. It had been a measured chase and Zafar now looked to get the job done. 2 successive boundaries for the all-rounder in the 18th over brought the runs needed down to just 5. Alas, Price was stumped as he tried to finish the game off by reaching his maiden T20 50. Instead, he left with 46 runs to his name. The victory was confirmed at the start of the penultimate over, with the skipper hitting the winning run. No drama and no thrills needed. The win completed by 7 wickets. It was a near-perfect performance to what was a perfect weekend, with back-to-back wins against the 2 London teams. Good form ahead of the derby, with high-flying Somerset coming to Bristol on Friday.